going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chucky, I didn't say.
Get your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having a great day. It's Monday. 2 sovereign citizens today. I said we'd have 2. The first one didn't show up, but I found another one. So, second sovereign citizen. This guy should be held in contempt. He really should. I don't want to spoil it, but this guy is rude. He's very rude. All right, before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. Let's go.
Still one of the everyone's case up by yourself, but not an attorney.
You're not my counsel.
Well, the court can say.
No, I have.
Let's address. We can address Jonathan Schuster, 480525748.
For the record, this man.
Why don't you come up to council table, please, so we can create a record?
No, I don't want to and give you any personal jurisdiction, so I'll stay right here.
No, you'll come to the council table if you would like to be heard and make a record. So you need to come up and turn on the microphone.
No, I don't need to do that for me to be heard.
We are audio recording, so to be heard, you need to come up to the table and sit with the microphone.
You don't have to, I don't have to come up there for you to hear me. You can hear me perfectly fine.
I can hear you, but we are creating a court record, which is audio recording.
Jurisdiction by doing what you said, because you don't have jurisdiction over me. And so, for the record.
Mr. Schuster, I
reserve all rights.
I did put Mr. Parent as standby counsel. Right now, you don't represent yourself. You have standby counsel.
Counsel me
Well,
without my permission. He has no permission to be my counsel. I'm here sui juris, appropriate persona. I, Jonathan Troy Colin Schuster, am here under fraud, menace, and duress. I've made a special appearance.
Yes, we know. This is the 3rd or 4th time I've covered him. I think it's 4. It might only be 3rd. I don't know. But I would make him spell his name for the record. I would be that petty of a judge. Can you please spell that for the record? I would. But he's already saying, no, I'm not going to do what you're telling me to do. Dude's talking from the court gallery. He did this the last time. Last week, he was in front of a pro tem judge. This guy's aggravating.
To this court for those reasons. I've challenged the jurisdiction of this court, and you have not answered that challenge, Ms. Jennifer. And so I have some questions for you.
well, right now,
To answer them?
I am not here to be interrogated by you. You are under the jurisdiction of this.
Going on here.
I think you understand and you choose not to
I do
take
not
in the information.
understand
Okay,
what's
well,
going on
Mr.
here.
Schuster,
I don't understand the nature and cause of what's going on. I don't understand how you can practice law from the bench. I don't understand how you can appoint counsel when I've told you over and over and over again that I'm here sui juris appropriate persona. I'm here of my own right, in my proper person. He does not have my permission to represent me in any way.
well, it doesn't sound like you know how to represent yourself either, which you would,
represent myself.
well, you would.
No,
Either you
I
have
don't.
counsel or you are acting pro
Represent
se.
myself. And so, like I have told you, I'm here sui juris appropriate persona. I challenge the jurisdiction of this court. You have not answered that challenge. We cannot move any further until you've answered that challenge. Is this common law jurisdiction, or is this an admiralty maritime jurisdiction?
Either. So
Right.
Mr. Schuster, this is Carmen McDonald. I'm the prosecutor on
Hey, we got a little giggle out of the judge. She's over this guy already. But at least we got a little laugh out of her.
this particular case. I think where we're at right now is you're being charged with an offense. I can barely hear you, which means the record that you're trying to make is not being picked up and not being recorded. So everything you're saying is not being preserved unless you go to the table up there near the microphone. So that's number one.
For the record, I reserve
if you
all
would
my
like-
rights. If you
If
cannot,
you would like,
I will
if you,
step up so you can hear me better, and I will
none of
speak
it's being,
louder.
none of it's being
I will
preserved.
speak
until you-
louder so you can hear me, but I reserve all my rights. And I'm speaking much louder than anybody else prior to me has spoken.
Mr.
So I just
Schuster,
want to make sure the
Mr.
reporter
Schuster,
can hear me.
you are making legal arguments. All right, you are making legal arguments. They should be preserved for the record, which means it needs to be picked up and recorded.
I will
so-
begin again so that the recorder can
Not
hear me.
choosing to be silent, you're choosing to make a legal argument. So we need to have that on the record.
For the record, I reserve all rights.
You've made that.
I, Jonathan, Troy, Faiz, Oleaso, Malia Toa, Colin, Schuster, have made a special appearance under fraud, menace, and duress. Fiduciary, Jennifer. I've challenged the jurisdiction of this court, which has not been answered. This is a Social Security Sestake trust action, which you are now a real party in interest to. This is a military admiralty jurisdiction under maritime law. However, you must realize that you have no such jurisdiction without also having a valid international contract in dispute. I am not aware of having entered in any international contracts, so I deny that any such contracts exist. Will you please instruct the prosecuting attorney to inform the court if there is such a contract? And if so, place it into evidence and explain how I'm party to it and then compelled to perform under it.
Your Honor, I may be challenging 1077 in this case.
I understand that the city's bringing.
It's about time. Again, third or fourth appearance. I need to go back and look to see how many times we've seen this guy. It's definitely been 3. I think there's a 4th though. First time they're challenging competency at 1077. They're challenging competency. It's about time.
Up whether or not you're able to proceed in this matter. So whether or not you're able to understand the nature of the proceedings and be able to assist your attorney or to represent yourself, you have to be able to meet that threshold.
Thank
And
you.
the fact that I think it's not that you don't understand, I think it's you choose not to understand and that you have someone giving you information that you are spewing in court. So you're simply off base, but I don't know that it's due to a mental defect
we cannot
that is
move
causing you
forward.
to not be able to.
To
understand.
challenge my competency because I have challenged the jurisdiction of this court,
We're
and you have not
We're
proved
not dealing in
jurisdiction.
social security or contract
You
or
have to prove
maritime.
jurisdiction before we can move any further.
So that's just not how it works in this court. And
No,
I don't
that's
think you
how
have
it
the
works.
legal.
You must prove jurisdiction because I've challenged the jurisdiction. If you cannot prove jurisdiction, then I move to dismiss this matter with prejudice.
That's denied.
And so, Jennifer, Miss Jennifer, can you
I'm
prove
Judge Grant, so I'm going to
Jennifer,
have you.
can you
Thank you so much, Judge, for finally saying something. Yes, it is Judge Grant. It is not Jennifer. It is not Miss Jennifer. You know, some judges you'll get away with calling them, you know, Mrs. Grant instead of Judge Grant. But yeah, you're not on first name basis. That might be one of the most disrespectful things I've ever seen in front of a judge.
establish the jurisdiction?
I find it very disrespectful because he's doing it on purpose to belittle her. Let me make that clear. If it was an attorney that was just, you know, that brought up that, you know, they came up together and he accidentally called her Jennifer. See, I understand that. But he's doing it intentionally to belittle her.
Can you prove jurisdiction?
Ms. McDonald, I don't know that this is him not understanding.
I do not understand the nature or cause.
Well, he doesn't have legal training. So that I think is.
That does not
clear.
matter.
Well,
If I'm here sui juris and propria persona, I'm of my own right. I'm in my proper person. You've created a bond on this matter. You've attached my social security to this matter. You're trying to charge my trust without my permission, which is illegal. It's fraud, and I'm not going to stand for that. So you must prove jurisdiction before we can move any further. You've already tried to practice law from the bench, which is illegal. You cannot do. You've tried to assign counsel when I've given no power of attorney to anybody, and we cannot move further until you've proven jurisdiction.
so Ms. McDonald, what I think would be the next steps, I don't know if Mr. Perrin, have you been able to provide any assistance to him on a standby basis?
No, Your Honor, he doesn't want any assistance,
Okay.
so I'd ask to withdraw his.
So we could go through the colloquy, we can provide him with the form for rights. I don't know that he's going to choose to participate in that. But that would be the next step and set it for trial. So Ms. McDonald.
I don't have a problem setting it for trial. If he's going to waive counsel altogether, then I think we need to have him sign the waiver of right to counsel.
Absolutely. I'm just saying, I don't know that he's going to participate in that process either.
Right. No, I
We
understand
have
that.
speedy trial at
It is the
August
burden
9th.
of the state to prove jurisdiction. The prosecuting attorney has not done that. And so what we have here is we need to dismiss this matter with prejudice. And I motion to dismiss this matter with prejudice
Denied.
based on the fact that the prosecuting attorney has not proven jurisdiction.
Mr. Schuster, would you like to sit at this table, a waiver of counsel, so that we can hear you on the
This isn't
microphone?
counsel.
Well, you could sit at this table if you'd like. There's a pen and a form and a microphone for you. If you'd like.
We cannot move until jurisdiction has been proven.
Yeah, it should be a.
You have failed to prove in jurisdiction.
Jurisdiction is something that we prove at trial. It is a factual issue as well.
We cannot move any further until jurisdiction has been proven. And none of you have done that.
So Mr. Schuster, did the court say that was end of August, or?
It was August 9th is speedy trial.
So
And if you plan on having me back here, you're taking away from my ability to provide and work. And I cannot just be coming back here because it takes my time away from working. And so if you want me back here, it seems that you have Zoom court available. I'm more than happy to make a special appearance.
Hey, that's the first time he's made anything of a argument that made sense. You know, if you were just a little respectful, this judge does do Zoom court. On every single docket, she has people on Zoom. You know what? Sometimes being nice goes a long way.
Via Zoom, but you're taking away my time and freedom to provide for my family.
does the August term start August 6th, Your Honor?
It does.
So I would request we set it during August term.
All right, so Mr. Schuster, you've been charged with driving while your license was suspended in the 3rd degree and for operating a vehicle without the required ignition interlock device and refusing to comply with law enforcement officer. You are on a deferred prosecution in another court. And, you know, the consequences are extreme for you. You are subject to another court and they could very well.
Get in trouble and you have to prove jurisdiction. You haven't done that and you failed to do that.
Obviously, you believe that courts do have jurisdiction over you.
Obviously, you have to be able to prove it and you haven't. And you can keep pushing it and doing this, but it's just a waste of time for everybody. I definitely understand that this is not what you think it is. And this is just a waste of time at this point. So whatever you need to do to prove jurisdiction, but I know you can't. So if you want to waste more of everybody's time, go ahead, because obviously I'm not gonna allow you to threaten me anymore, which you've done.
Nobody's threatening you.
Yes, you're telling me if I don't appear, that you're gonna put me into captivity. And that's ridiculous for what's going on here. That's absolutely ridiculous. And so
I don't think
this matter
anyone
needs
is
to be
told that you're
dismissed
being
with
put into
prejudice. And
captivity.
whether we need to take this to trial or whatever y'all need to do to prove jurisdiction, I mean, go ahead, but obviously you can't prove jurisdiction. So
So I'm looking for the more
waste everybody's
detailed
time, please, waste
counsel
everybody's
waiver.
time. It's absolutely ridiculous.
I don't know that he's done that yet,
No, he hasn't. I have a streamlined version, but I want him the formal,
the detailed one.
the detailed one.
We can also, Your Honor, just set it for trial today, with an intervening pretrial, provide him with that document and, enter the waiver at the next hearing prior to, allowing counsel to withdraw.
All right.
Counsel should have never been appointed because I've never gave my power of attorney to this counsel. And obviously you did that to practice law from the bench, Miss Jennifer, which is illegal. You cannot do.
Just stop. Stop. Every time you say Miss Jennifer, she looks up at you. It is not going well for you, man. And this is also the guy who said practice bench from the law. Just a little reminder.
Do that.
Mr. Schuster, you're charged with a crime that has potential jail consequences and fines.
Ms.
And so
Jennifer,
your rights need to be
have-
protected.
Her
This is for your
nobody-
benefit.
There is no injured party. There is no sworn complaint of an injured party. This is absolutely ridiculous. It's a waste of everybody's time. And you're taking away my ability to work over and over and over again. And I won't stand for you violating my rights. And if you're gonna acquiesce, then okay, you're proving that you don't have any jurisdiction.
So this is a detailed advisement, should you wish to waive your right to have counsel present and you want to act as your own attorney.
I've said over and over again that I'm here sui juris and propria persona. You know what that means.
This case is going to be going to trial, so you need to have counsel. If you,
I'm here of my own right in my proper person. You know what that
so
means.
there's the form.
I've
for you
never
to-
signed my power of attorney away to anybody, especially this.
You need to be respectful.
I-
You are
I-
really out of
I
line,
said
Mr.
this.
Schuster.
I didn't say anything. This
Wow. Wow. He didn't sign his power of attorney away to this. He is a practicing member of the bar. That is how long can he go without being held in contempt? How long? This is getting ridiculous at this point. Judge, sometimes you got to pull the trigger on that contempt. You do.
respectful.
You are being
This
very
person-
disrespectful.
You
to
were
the
being very
court.
disrespectful, actually,
the
because
court
you
and to Mr.
disrespect,
Parent.
you're violating my rights.
So I'm
forcing
going
me
to set
to
this on
come
for
in
the
here
August term. I'm going to have you take this form.
Wasting my time.
Mr. Schuster.
When you're taking away my
I'm going-
ability to provide and work. Because
Have a
this is
seat there so
free-
you can fill out
free
this
place.
form.
What's that?
You can have a seat there so you can fill out the form.
You're dismissed. Do you need anything else?
Yes, I do. I need you to take that form. So we're gonna have to go through that because this case is going to be going to trial. It's going to be set on the August term. That would be August 6th, and that will be at 9 a.m.
All right, you're dismissed.
No, you're not free to leave yet, Mr. Schuster.
I'm not free to leave.
Not yet. No, you're not.
Why am I not free to leave?
Because we are still addressing your matter.
This matter needs to be
Yeah,
dismissed.
it's not going to be dismissed right now. So
Matter
right now it's
dismissed
getting
with
set for
prejudice. You cannot
trial.
move any further until you prove jurisdiction.
And the readiness hearing will be July 31st. And that will be at 2 p.m. And that hearing, Mr. Schuster, is on Zoom.
Any jurisdiction over me whatsoever. I've not pleaded, I've not given you personal jurisdiction,
Yes.
and you practice law on the bench.
So, Mr. Schuster, if you choose not to come to your court hearings, a warrant will issue for your
And you're
arrest.
threatening me again, telling me
Yes,
if I don't.
you will be
play your
expected
game,
to appear.
And you just said yes, oh my goodness, that if I don't play your game, you will put me in captivity. This is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous.
Yep, these are jailable offenses, but for this
Absolutely
hearing,
ridiculous, Ms.
we need
Jennifer.
your presence to appear.
Absolutely ridiculous.
All right, let's get a court date form for him.
Absolutely ridiculous.
What's the date for the intervening?
Could you back there?
We can set a pre-trial. Let's do it on the 22nd. Perfect.
Prosecuting attorney also needs to provide any contracts that I've entered into internationally,
Here's your court date. Could you
Uh,
please sign? for that?
especially if this is a admiralty maritime jurisdiction. Which obviously by the gold fringe flag it is, so.
Mr. Schuster, you are in a criminal court and there are court rules. If you wish to have.
This is a criminal matter, you said?
Mr. Schuster,
This is a criminal matter?
if you wish to have discovery, then you need to abide
You
by
said
the
this is
rule.
a criminal matter?
Yes, and if you wish
Yes,
to have,
these are-
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure you said that, thank you.
it's a criminal matter. If you wish to receive discovery, then you will need to make.
What is the jurisdiction? Are we under an admiralty maritime jurisdiction?
No, we are not. Mr.
Are we under a
Schuster.
common law? What jurisdiction are we under?
We are under the criminal jurisdiction of the state of Washington. So if you wish to have discovery,
Not a
then
jurisdiction.
you need to request,
Unless I give you my
discovery.
permission to be under that jurisdiction, which I haven't.
you will need to request discovery from the prosecutor's office.
I'm not a US citizen, American national. That's not a jurisdiction.
If you wish to have discovery, you need to request it in writing from the prosecutor's office and we will
You said
send.
your nationality was a US
And then
citizen.
we,
Is that what you
and then
said
we will,
earlier?
and then we will send you the discovery, all of the evidence that we have against you at trial. Did you understand that?
I don't understand what's
Okay.
going on with this.
So-
This is ridiculous.
Here's my
Kangaroo
suggestion,
court.
Mr.
Absolutely.
Schuster.
Kangaroo
Mr.
court. And so
Mr.
since you
Schuster.
guys are gonna waste everybody's time even more. Goodbye.
Mr.
Mr. Schuster, you need to sign for your court dates. I'm giving them to you orally.
Have a good day. Talofa.
If you don't appear for your court hearings that were given today, a warrant will issue.
All right, I'm gonna let the rest of this play out. This guy clearly doesn't care. I don't think we're gonna see him again. Well, the next time we see him, he'll be in jail. He's not coming back for a court date. He is not. Just look at the prosecutor's face. She's like, nope, nope. There's no reason for this. Everyone else in the courtroom's kind of like, what the? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. You guys all have a great rest of your day. If you haven't done it already, hit that like button. It does help out the channel. If you didn't like it, go ahead and hit the dislike button. Every time I say that, I think of Team Skeptic. If you're watching Team Skeptic, I miss you, man. All right, let's go. Let's finish it up. Until next time. Bye.
All right.
All right, so that. I will mail. We can mail them to him, but I will note for the record that Mr. Schuster was provided with his court dates for pretrial as well as the trial setting. He's refused to sign for those dates. He does not want the assistance of Mr. Parent, and he is refusing to go through the colloquy to represent himself. And he has left without taking his documentation. Miss Ebert, are you ready for the next?